Thank you. Good evening, Chair Brackey, Superintendent Dowd, and 287 board. Welcome all the new faces. Great. Thank you for all your work as a board. I'm Greg Beeck, principal at Bremer Education Center. I'm grateful to be here tonight to share a brief update about what's going on in our school, and then the highlight of nice words to welcome Alagie and his family up here once I'm done sharing a brief update about ABEC. So that's the exciting part. And I also want to welcome Brian Burns, assistant principal at A.M. Bremer in the audience, and Kathy Utter, social worker at ABEC that attended tonight. With our new strategic plan, I found it prudent to just share a bit of broad overview about what we're working on at ABEC to work on those strategic priorities. First, to ground us in ABEC for new folks, or just a reminder, we provide education to students in 9th grade and transition age up to their birthday of age 22. All our students are in setting for special education. We currently have 119 students in a variety of different programs working on their academics, career transitions, a lot of work skills going on in our building. So super broad overview. Stop by anytime, give us a call. For our in cultivating equity inclusion, I wanted to highlight our reintegration. 10 students may not seem like a lot when you have 120 students, but when it's high school and transition age, we're pretty proud of that number. They come from a variety of member districts, and currently those 10 students, 8 identify as Black or 2 or more races. And our current racial demographics of our 119 students, we have 50% identify as Black, 10% 2 or more races, 11% Hispanic, 26% white, and 3% either Asian or Native American. So just really been putting that focus on helping students reintegrate in their home schools, and we really appreciate your district's efforts in making that happen. It takes a lot of communication, planning, from transportation to all the factors that go into school. So really appreciate those efforts because it takes a team. In literacy, we've really made a lot of effort to highlight our focus on teaching literacy curriculum, as well as instructional practices in our professional learning communities. And we're really excited about our next challenges of increasing our collective knowledge of the science of reading, and all our training we'll be doing next year. Finally, efforts in social emotional learning include piloting a new curriculum, focusing on training in everyday behavior tools, and collaboration among our mental health staff and classroom teams. And one area I wanted to highlight around partnerships in this, I know impacted our spotlight student here. We had a partnership with North Point Clinic, and they came and did a health screening of all our students, and that was super impactful for students being able to get some information just on health screening, because that would be a big barrier for families. But then it was also a nice partnership with North Point for them to be able to go and get services and eliminate a lot of barriers. So that's an exciting new partnership, and really helps students access their learning. Finally, just want to give that special shout out to our ABEC staff this year for their flexibility and dedication to continuous improvement. We're in education, so we're continuing learning and growing, a lot of work to do. Our challenges in filling open positions led to a lot of creative problem solving and adjustment to responsibilities in order to meet the educational needs of students. The challenge is special ed teacher shortage, not unique to 287. And despite these challenges, I'm super hopeful for futures of the profession. And I have hope because I see leaders right in this district who are dedicated to improving systems. I see our instructional staff who are building collaborative culture, rooted in strong instructional practices. I also see staff who are encouraged to engage in new growth opportunities for themselves in all our, especially in 287 with all our new partnerships and growth opportunities for paraprofessionals. And most of all, I see students who are coming to school with their amazing strengths and gifts. And I see families who care deeply about their students' education and partner with us in every step of the way. With that, I want to welcome Alagie and his family up here to be recognized. Come on up, Alagie. Come on. They'll have questions. So Alagie here is here. is 11th grader from Osseo Schools, been at ABEC since 9th grade, at NEC some before then, right? And he's growing in lots of areas. When I asked his teachers, he's built up a lot of strength, a lot of independence. He's engaging in a lot of learning opportunities. So I'm riding the bike the other day. So just that physical and academic strength has been huge. One thing Brian Burns mentioned is how excited he was when he used to need a lot of help with lunchtime, and now he's independently eating lunch. So that's been awesome to see. So I'd just like welcome any questions to Alagie and his parents, Fanny and Solomon.
Thank you so much for being here. We are so excited to have you. And I already heard about your famous wave that you do, the parade wave. Can you give us a big wave before we ask any questions? See? All right. Is there anything that any of you would like to share with us? We certainly are here. If there's anything that you would like us to know about Alagie or about Alagie's experiences at ABEC.
We wouldn't mind sharing a little bit of Alagie. Thank you for having us here. This means a lot because when we received the invitation like a couple of weeks ago, and it was exciting. We're looking forward to it, and it's a great day. But Alagie, as you guys can see him right here, that's his twin brother. Yeah, they're twins. Made it here a little bit too early because they were 23 weeks when they were born. Yep, he was 1 pound. Now he's almost as big as me. Elijah was 1 pound, 4 ounces, and that's how life started for me and Fanny because we got the news that we were going to have twins, and it was the best moment knowing that, okay, going to the doctor's office, going home, knowing we're going to have twins. Nothing more exciting, nothing more of a great feeling than that. And, that's how life pretty much started, with the joy and looking forward to preparing for these guys here. But fast forward to the day that, things turn around and so quick because, she started having pain, going through stuff that we had no idea. This is our first time ever having kids. I took her to the clinic. Somehow, whatever the diagnostic was, they thought she had a bladder infection or some kind, whatever. So they prescribed her with some antibiotics. We went to the pharmacy, picked it up, went home, and that was the boys coming out. We didn't know till like around 1 o'clock, 2 in the morning. I was sleeping. She kicked me. And I'm having pain. I was like, okay, jump off the bed. She went to the bathroom, came back talking about seeing some blood. I'm like, oh no, I'm not calling ambulance. Let's go to the clinic because to me, time was just of the essence. So drove like, I don't care. Police behind me, I'm not stopping. We made it to the clinic. They rushed her in and came back and told me the babies were going to come out. Like, oh no. To me, that was game over, So I one of the nurses, like, what are the chances of at least one of them making it? Like, well, we have 50-50 chance of both of them making it, but the first 24 hours going to be really crucial. So we have to wait and see. Oh man, it's like so many things running in my head at once. I have no idea what I walked into the hospital, where I was, and what I was doing. I have no clue because it felt like I was so helpless. Life was just turning against us, and now here I am, no mom, no dad, just me and my wife. And what can I do to help save her and the baby? So I didn't felt that way ever in my life, and I didn't remember crying until that night. And even when my dad passed away, I couldn't cry because I thought maybe all the tears I shed when these guys came. So it was just tough, And they came, and Alagie came out first, and then Badu came, and now Alagie had to go through some bleeding in the brain. That's another challenge. you know, and they thought, that was like on Sunday. Monday, we had a meeting with the, hope I'm not taking you guys time because I like your stories and, but I'll just put it, I mean, you know, had the doctors, meeting with the doctor and the nurses and, you know, a room full of people telling us that, you know, asking us if we should give them to go ahead to stop the support for Alagie because he wasn't gonna make it because he had a bleeding in the brain, which was, I think the most severe level was a level 4 and Alagie was a level 3. So they thought it was gonna progress, he wasn't gonna make it. I was like, okay, now you're calling me in an office to ask me to give you to go ahead to stop the support for this guy. Let's try to see if we can get what I have now and put it in him. Give him a chance. I don't care. He can take over. But to tell me to go ahead and allow you to stop the support and pretty much tell you, kill my son. That was how I took it. So it wasn't received very well. And I'm sitting there crying, daughter is crying, the nurses are crying, the doctor who gave me that statement was crying. So now, okay, nobody there to console anybody. So it was not a good moment. You know. The following day, the bleeding stopped. So now, okay, that was supposed to be a great news because they were expecting things to progress, but it stopped. Okay, it's not gonna get worse at that point, according to the doctors. But so whatever was going to happen is gonna stop from the level 3 bleeding, and then we have to live with it out. That's how we survive it. And Alagie being a survivor, he don't get sick. You know, everybody can get sick in the house with Alagie. So that's great, you know. And we thought he wasn't gonna walk, but that's what we were told. Alagie didn't crawl like normal babies. He used to roll on his back to get to one side of the room to the other, which we all roll together and have fun with, you know. And he didn't start, I mean, literally, Alagie pretty much didn't do no crawling, was barely sitting until one day he rolled over to the front of the TV, held on and stood up. We looked at each other like, what the heck just happened? You know, but it was one of those miracles. You see, this guy who you thought was not going to do anything, because we thought everything with Alagie was going to be in the bed with us helping him and doing it all for him. So we were prepared. I guess we over prepared for it that it becomes so easy to handle because we were ready. If we gotta take whatever it takes to cut out our bag with Alagie, that's what we're gonna do. And he stood up, but not walking. You know, the school districts at the time, they tried everything. Alagie started out on a wheelchair, you know. Was fine. The bus will roll up to the driveway and then we'll wheel him out and he'll go to school. At some point, his miracles step building up. Alagie, you gotta walk it, he will do it. He will just behind it. Yeah, he is now today walking freely, maybe stumbling, slip and slide, but he's not falling. So that's a great thing. And then the other side of Alagie's life is you guys, in every step of the way. I would say it anywhere I go. I don't know how life would have been with Alagie without, the support of the team that is behind Alagie, which is you guys, the teachers, the doctors, whoever. You guys do a great job. I come to you guys' buildings, it make me feel proud of having my son in you guys' hands. I trust Alagie's life with you guys. That is that from the bottom of my heart. And I'm not gonna cry. I know I can do it, but I'm not going to do it. I can say thank you. If I have my way, those numbers that you just called out, we will multiply them. I have to thinking about this 90-some thousand. That's nothing. Because these teachers, you guys make millionaires and billionaires out there. So why should you be getting paid 60,000, 70,000, 80,000? Those guys making the big money. They don't think about you guys. I don't understand the politics of it. I don't. You're the numbers guy. You do the math. But thank you guys so much, and I appreciate what you guys do, and keep doing it. We appreciate you guys. You got something to say, Ida? No. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, thank you.